Here in Gunnersbury Park today, and this place has got so much history. I'm going to struggle to get this all into one video, but I'm going to do my best. Now, there is a debate behind the naming of Gunnersbury and whether or not it comes from Gunhilda, who was King Canute's niece, who lived here in the 11th century, or Gunhilda, who was the Queen Consort of Norway in the 10th century. Now, I prefer the former, but I'll be interested to know your thoughts. In the Middle Ages, the land was owned by the bishops of London, and they sold it to Sir John Maynard in 1656, who employed John Webb, an architect, to design and build the Manor House estate. Maynard died in 1690, and then it floated around and handed around between his family, and it ended up with Sir John Hobart. He then sold it to Henry Farnese in 1730, an art collector and member of Parliament who employed William Kent to expand the gardens, build canals and pleasure grounds. The famous German composer Handel was a regular visitor in the 1740s, and he was recorded commenting whether to go to the seaside or drink fine wine at Gunnersbury. And guess which one he chose? It was then bought by Princess Amelia, the second daughter of King George II, in 1761. She spent the next 25 years developing it further with the introduction of the round pond, stable yard, kitchen garden, orchard and orangery. She then died in 1786, and it went through a few members of the family before it ended up with John Morley in the early 1800s. He then shocked everybody by demolishing the original manor house and building two in its place. The smaller, now known as Gunnersbury House, and the larger, which is Gunnersbury Park House, and also then splintered up the title into 13 different sections. It was then put up for sale in 1835 as a residence for a nobleman, a minister of state, or a family of a first description. So upset the Rothschild family to buy it for £13,000. A family that epitomized that very description, who then went on to further invest in its development. It was then sold in 1925, following on from the death of Leopold de Rothschild in 1917 to the London boroughs of Acton and Ealing, on the basis that it was used for leisure and open land for the public. It was then opened by Neville Chamberlain on the 21st of May 1926, who was a health minister at the time and went on to become the Prime Minister. Love this stuff.